I agree with you wholeheartedly. It seems like Aiyuk wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. It seems like he wants to play for a winning team and he wants to be paid incredibly high money.
I didn't say that.
That's what, okay, then I'll say it. That's what it seems like.
No, say what I said.
What you say?
He wants his, I guess you won't say it on air. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
So when I think about it, James, it's like, should Aiyuk want to play for the Steelers or should he want to play for the Niners? You're a receiver. You know what it's like.
Yeah. If the money is the same, he should want to play for the San Francisco 49ers. If the money is not the same and it's a bigger bag from the Pittsburgh Steelers, he should want to get out of there. But you are in a really good situation.
How much? Break that down because obviously, right? Yeah. Duh. What you just said,
So
duh.
let's just say the Niners offer him $27 million and the Pittsburgh Steelers say, here go $32 million. I got to go. I'm out of here. Catch me if you can. I'll see y'all later. When we come back and play the Niners one of these years.
Make it 27 and 30.
I'm out of there.
Okay, make it 28 and 30.
No, staying with the San Francisco 49ers.
So $2 million is your mark. $2 million is your mark.
Are we, any little guarantee, little difference? Hold on now. Little extra signing bonus? Because if you're going to give me a little, hold on, this is how it works. If you're going to give me a little bit more on a yearly average, you're going to get a little money on some other areas too, though. That's how it works.
Yeah. Signing bonus.
A little bit more money in the second year? Like, all that matters. That's,
I'm not
talking
giving
about
up a lot of money,
contracts.
period.
Got it.
What'd you say?
I said I ain't giving up a lot of money, period.
Right.
So,
Okay, let me ask, and this might be minutia. Apologies, viewers in advance, but I'm very curious. Again, you played wide receivers for 9 years. Over the course of a 4-year deal, how much money are you giving up to stay in the Bay? 8 million, 10 million, 6 million. Over the course of a 4-year deal, how much money are you giving up to stay in the Bay versus going to Pittsburgh?
no more than $5 million.
Okay, wow.
And I don't think he has kids either, though.
I don't know about all that.
I mean, that matter, though.
Over the course of the 4-year deal, no more than $5 million.
Okay, so it's a small margin.
Yeah, it's small,
sir.
but at the same time, listen. If Brandon Aiyuk wants to stay with the Niners, he can stay with the Niners. Obviously, the numbers probably ain't too far apart right now. So obviously, he's chasing something else. What else are you chasing, Brandon Aiyuk? You know what I mean? Because the reports coming out is people done offered you big money and you don't want to go there. So what else are you chasing? Obviously, the situation matters to him big time. So obviously, he's trying to find a situation that fits him like the situation he's in with the Niners, but he just wants his money to add up to that. So my thing is you're really not going to find too many situations like the 49ers. I was a free agent before, and I knew clear as day that, yes, I want to go out here and I want to go back home. I want to play in the Bay Area, but I'm not going to find a situation like I am in right now with Aaron Rodgers. But something has to give, right? And I wanted to go back home and play in front of my people in the Bay Area. For Brandon Aiyuk, something has to give. Either you being in a right situation has to give, or you going to chase this money, whatever team, Patriots, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, whatever team, something has to give.
Yeah. That's a good point. I guess if I'm looking at the contract situation, if I'm going to stay for less or more, right, I just think about, okay, let's just go to football terms, right? Because it seems like he wants to play for a good team. Because some of the offers I've heard with the Patriots, they're not really that good. Cleveland,
solid.
Yeah, kind of, right. But you don't know, but it's like up in. Okay, so it's like, all right, I'm in with the Niners for the last couple of years, 3 straight NFC Championship games. So I'm used to winning. I'm used to playing prime time. That's one part. The second part is I'm a wide receiver. He's all pro, so I'm used to getting the ball. I'm used to getting a lot of attention. So if you look at it, okay, he had 105 targets. Now, that's pretty good to me, but there's a lot of guys getting more than that. Yep. So does he want the ball more, right? He had 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
Does he want more yards? Okay, let's go to the money part. Now you start looking at, okay, where's he stand at? So a guy like DJ Moore is really, really good, but he signed for $27 million a year, right? Yep. You got DA from the Raiders, and then you got Jalen Waddle with 28. So I'm thinking, if I'm trying to compare myself to all these other guys, because he's still young and he's up for his second contract, that's probably when you get the most money. Do you take the bread or do you take trying to play with a solid team? Because there's nowhere in the middle, right? Because I feel like the Niners eventually, because they keep telling me, yo, we love you, we want you, we want you. Eventually it's like, all right, look, man, we trying to get this thing done and you holding us up. We have to move on and get ready for the season. Because what, 2-3 weeks for the season to start?
Yep.
So like you can't be mixing around and playing around. I just think for Brandon Aiyuk, he gotta let him know what he really want. Because I don't lie, he is right now, he has the leverage. Because y'all want me. Yo, y'all want me? This match be in the club, right? You're in the club, your best songs on, got your jewelry on, right? And it's like 5, 6 girls right there, though.
There you go.
Right now, you know her the best, and she loves you to death. But then you look to the side, right? She wants you, but everybody wants you.
Everybody wants
you. You got to make your mind up and say, who am I leaving with tonight?
Can't leave with both.
Can't leave with both.
Can't leave with
You
both.
can't take both.
Yeah, you can't. Not a situation. Can't leave with both.
So you're not having your best night then.
Yeah, not your greatest night, but a really good night.
There it is.
Now he could. I mean, I ain't gonna get into that. You gotta pick one. You gotta pick one, Brandon.
Aiyuk wants the cake and the buns.
Cake and the bun.
He wants the cake and the bread.
And so he putting
He wants to have his cake and eat that and get the bread.
Dang.
Yeah.
Little wine.
Lots of carbs.
So he putting cake in the bun?
Cake and the bread and the buns all together. That's what it seems like. He wants to go a place where he's going to get opportunity to play at a high level. He's going to get the numbers. He's going to play for a competitive team, and he's going to make as much money as possible. So he's gone down to 2 teams in Pittsburgh and San Francisco.
Yeah.
I understand wanting to stay in San Francisco, but only if the money is right. Now me personally, kids, no kids, auntie, whatever, I'm getting my money because I only have a certain amount of time to do this. And I may not ever have this leverage ever again. You do not know, specifically at positions like that. There's a million things that could happen. So I feel like it is a bit confusing because most people would want to stay in San Francisco. It makes the most sense. You're already there. You're already familiar. We're in the middle of training camp and preseason at this point. Like, there's a lot of adjustments that could happen. But, I mean, to me, if it's a matter of a very, very small amount of money, I'm staying in San Francisco. But I'm talking about I could get this at some appearances money. If it's any kind of gap, no. Like, I have to get the most amount of money.
Really quick, he don't have like no trade clause or anything in his contract.
No,
right?
of course not. Rookie deal.
So the Niners could just truly ship him anywhere they want without him.
But they want him, though.
I know, so that's the thing.
He won't go because, remember, a team won't trade for him unhappy. So that's the dilemma. A team won't acquire Brandon Aiyuk if he's like, I'm not going to play here, they're not going to acquire him. Especially if he's like, I'm not going to sign here.
Well,
Because
the
why
Jets
would you
might.
give up a first or second round pick? Say it again.
The Jets might.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you have to. I do think if that happens, he's upset. They're going to have to pay a lot of money to get him. You know how that is. Okay, make it happier, make me better, make me feel a little better.
But at that point, then now he's gonna have to sit out a whole year. We all know that ain't nobody giving up that.
No, I don't think he'll sit. What I think is this is if the Steelers were to trade a second round pick for Aiyuk, they're trading him knowing they can sign him for the next 5 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Otherwise, you just wasted a second round pick for 1 year. So you already know Ayuk's going to have to sign off on where he's going because he's going to have to say, I'm going to sign a long-term deal wherever I go. I think he should stay in the Bay. I think he should stay in the Bay because when you think about the quarterback play in the Bay, the Steelers have seen the quality of play Brock Purdy gave you last year 4 times in the last 20 years. When you talk about 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4 times in the last 20 years, you got that last year. So if you want competent quarterback play, stay with Kyle Shanahan. You want to go to Pittsburgh, we talking. Is it Fields? Is it Russell Wilson? If it is Russell Wilson, Russ ain't going to be there for all 4 years, Aiyuk. He's not going to be there. If it is Justin Fields, do you trust that Justin Fields is going to develop and have you allowing to continue to get all-pro seasons and all-pro seasons and all-pro seasons? If you stay in San Fran, you know regardless of who's at quarterback, you're going to get really good play. To me, James, that matters.
Yeah, but so my thing is then he should be signed already. Because the Niners is not coming up on the number. Whatever number the Niners has offered Brandon Aiyuk, if it's 27, we don't know what it is. If it's 27, if it's $28 million, they're not coming up on the numbers. This is our number. So if you're weighing all these options and Cleveland done offer $30 million and Pittsburgh done offer $30 million, and you still sitting here like I'm not going to sign off on that stuff, then sign with the 49ers.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the holdup is now because if you're not going somewhere for more money and not caring about the quarterback situation, then stay your butt in San Francisco for this $27, $28 million they offered you. What are we playing around for?
I think it's like, and we've all been in these situations before for one reason or another, where you want to go somewhere else, but you don't really want to go somewhere else. Like, in my mind, Aiyuk don't want to leave the Bay. He wants the Niners to pay him. But the Niners are like, look, bruh, we got 26 for you. Period. That's what they told him, and they hadn't renegotiated since May. I think they've come up maybe ever so slightly since then. Aiyuk don't want to leave San Fran, but he wants other people to give him these options, and San Fran's like, all right, see what's out there. Go to Cleveland if you want to.
So what about this, though, right? Because I think we're kind of this – we're defending the team a little bit too much, right? Because I know we're trying to say, okay, either take this deal or move on, but let's go to the team, right? Now, as good as Kyle Shanahan is, I think he could win without Brandon Aiyuk. Of
course.
Right? But I don't think they're a better team without Brandon Aiyuk.
Agree with that.
I will say this part. Now, we have been close. The last 3 years, we've been super close. With the same group, why can't we run that back and pay me my money? Because, yeah, you might be a really good coach and all this and that, but you get there, you don't win. Right? You don't win. You got all these special pieces you want to use. Chris McCaffrey's one of the best. Yes, he is. Kittle, all the line. You got all these other pieces that we talk about. But I'm one of the main pieces. Look at his numbers. He's all pro for a reason. Why not give me my money and let's try this last race at it?
Because with you, we didn't win either. Could be a counter.
The same thing. Okay, so hold on. We all had arguments about all the other teams. What I'm saying is if we got this close with this great player, I mean, are we better without him? The answer is no. Because then I guess the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to a rookie wide receiver replacement. I don't think they're better like that. I don't think Brock Purdy's happier with having a rookie taking his Brandon Aiyuk spot. So my thing is, I would say to the owners, listen, man, I get your point, but if you feel that I'm one of the best, like you think I am, because you offer me a solid contract, I need a little bit more money to make this thing go because we are this close as a team. Why not get me signed, get Trent signed, and let's do this thing? Because tomorrow is not guaranteed.
But that's why I think Brandon Aiyuk should have been gone. This is the number they are offering you. This is where they value you at. $27 million. That's where we value at. Yeah, we want you, but this is where we value you at because we know we got Debo, we got Kittle, we got McCaffrey.
But that could be wrong too, though. The way you value me
moved up though.
What I'm saying is the way you maybe need to check them. Like, yo, the way y'all value me is wrong. Because what's the alternative? You gonna go with a rookie to replace me?
But here's what I think the Niners have the power. Because remember, the Niners went to the Super Bowl, albeit they lost, just like last year with Aiyuk. They went to the Super Bowl with Emmanuel Sanders at wide receiver, with Raheem Mostert, with running back, with Debo as a rookie. Their wide receiver, Colvin, helped me out with the other wide receivers. I think Conley was a wide receiver. Like they went to the Super Bowl in 2019 with Emmanuel with 2 700-yard wide receivers. So with that being said, Kyle Shanahan can say, look, Aiyuk, we love you, but we've been here without you, and we'll go back again without you. I don't know if you gonna go, but I know we gonna go. Kendrick Bourne was out there amongst others. Like, you know Kyle gonna go. Will he win? To Joy's point, the Niners love to go and lose. Cool. But we know Kyle will go again, regardless.
I mean,
Aiyuk will
I think, look, the Niners are always going to be competitive, but you should never take for granted getting there.
Come on now.
You should never take for granted having the talent that you have a stranglehold on the NFC with. And Aiyuk is a part of that. Like, All-Pro is hard to do. He did do that. He is their #1 volume receiver. He was crucial in them even getting to the Super Bowl. So I'm not saying that they're going to fall off a cliff without him or that Kyle Shanahan's not going to be competitive or anything, but does not take, like, we see teams do that. Like, don't take for granted that you have this kind of roster. And I don't think that they are, which is why they're offering him this money. But they're trying to make it work. It's a salary cap league. I just think what it comes down to at the end of the day is, what does Aiyuk truly want? What do you want? Do you want to stay with San Francisco, take a little less money,
that's what he wants,
and
though.
compete?
He want to stay there.
Yeah, I'm sure he does want to stay, but the money is not matching, obviously, or it would have already been done.
Who's in the power?
And real quick, we give Kyle so much credit, and he deserves it. But I went back and watched that Super Bowl like 3 times. A good friend of mine, works with the team. We was just talking about it, and I gotta be honest. He was the only one, in my opinion, was open, was working them with cornerbacks. Right? You look at the all-pro corners that the Chiefs had. He was giving them dudes problems. Now, the ball wasn't getting there, whatever it is, but I just think that to go farther in the playoffs, which they've been doing, to go to Super Bowl, what they've been doing, to actually win it, you need a route runner like Brandon Aiyuk.
But the kicker is, in my mind, there are so many, not necessarily Aiyuks, but if you're Kyle Shanahan, you know you can do this because he's done it. He's done it with the Pierre Garçons. He's done it with different receivers across different leagues. Again, I say this, Julio Jones is probably a Hall of Fame receiver, maybe a first ballot, and his best season, his second best season, was with Kyle Shanahan. Andre Johnson is already in the Hall of Fame. His 2 best seasons were with Kyle Shanahan. Pierre Garçon, his best season was with Kyle Shanahan. If you're Aiyuk, big dog,
So you want to keep doing that? You want to keep living like that?
Great, but
keep working.
Man, all right. Matter.
Yeah, and
but so does the great numbers that you're putting in the bank account. Like, that also matters. So, and then when you're talking about, like, your question you asked James, how much money are you leaving on the table over all these years? And we don't know because we don't have the exact details of these contracts. But if you're talking about the difference between leaving $10 million on the table, like, that's a lot to think about.
But then it's just...
Kyle Shanahan numbers are cool. So is $10 million. I can't take, hey, remember when I got, excuse Mr. Banker, this is the numbers that I did for Kyle Shanahan.
But here's what's interesting, though, and Shady, James, I guess both of y'all could speak to it, is how much is a Super Bowl worth? And how much is a chance at a Super Bowl worth? Because if you go to Cleveland, again, I was drafted to Cleveland. Shout out to the Browns fans. Y'all are incredibly persevering. Shout out to you, Mohan. But if you go to Cleveland, your chance at winning a Super Bowl drastically diminishes. If you go to Pittsburgh, as it stands as of late, they haven't won a playoff game since 2016, your chance of winning a Super Bowl
just
is
went to a
drastically
Super Bowl.
diminished.
Okay, now do the Niners. No, do the Niners now.
If you go to if you stay with the Niners, your chance.
No. If they don't have him, go through them. Yeah, go through them.
I think they go to a Super Bowl.
Man, but they want to win. Niner fans, they tired of this, though. Like, you can brag about being a Niner fan because they are a good team. You don't think they tired of going and losing? You hear how good your players are, how good the roster is, how good the defense is, how good his offensive coordinator is, how good the head coach is, and you keep losing. So as much as you saying all that, who cares about being in second place?
But at least if you're Aiyuk. If you're Aiyuk, you know if you're in San Fran,
I just went
you
to
will
the
have a
This is the thing, though.
I mean, that's the point.
You'll have a
this is the
chance.
thing,
Second place? You think they're not tired of that?
Let me ask you, though,
No,
Shady.
forget all that,
Hold on, real
though.
quick. Look, I got to ask Shady this personal question.
Ask the personal questions.
You were the highest paid running back in the National Football League.
A couple of times.
Specifically 2015, Buffalo Bills, 14, maybe $16 million, I don't remember. Unheralded money. You're still top 10 highest paid ever at the position. But in Buffalo, you had it hard. You still ended up getting an all-pro year, second year, I believe it was, but you had it hard. And y'all didn't come close to winning. Y'all didn't sniff winning, think about winning, dream about winning. There was no winning.
Okay, we get it. We got it.
Now, in Kansas City, obviously, you were making pennies comparatively to the $16 million. In Tampa, you were making pennies comparatively to the $60 million. But you got 2 Super Bowls. So I ask you this personal question to say, where do you value, like, money, but you going to work wasn't as fun?
But like,
versus like, oh, we winning.
But this is the thing, though. Like, I can't answer that question, though, because from the beginning of my career, right, I was getting busy and I was getting money, right? I didn't see my last, how can I say it? I never had 1 year left of my contract without even being in conversation of ripping it up. Where he's on his second, I had like 4 or 5 contracts. He's on his second contract.
First one. He's hoping for a second.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Going to a second one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's just different levels because now I'm older and I'm slowing down a little bit. Now I want to win. Keep the money. I want to win.
Because I got the money.
He's still young. Yeah. And then how you feel when you see all these other wide receivers getting all this money? Come on, Acho. So I hear what you're saying, but it's one part of like, yo, I'm young and I'm really, really good. And we have a lot of success, but we haven't won nothing. Let's keep it real, because you're talking only on a team perspective. If I'm Brandon Aiyuk and my agent, I'm like, well, look, man, we got close, but we ain't win nothing. And I'm the best wide receiver on this teteam. So y'all need me to win to get over the hump, because they ain't get over the hump yet.
Nope.
And we be talking like they just won something, though. Sorry, James, but because Acho, he love the Niners, and he be talking like they the Chiefs. You get what I'm saying?
But not only that, my agent told me when I first signed my rookie deal.
What did he tell you, James Jones?
Son, the winner is the person who walks out of the National Football League with the most money. Not necessarily the most Super Bowl rings. If I made $5 million and got 5 Super Bowl rings and I'm sitting here broke right now, I lost. So all the Super Bowl rings, it sound good. But I need to get my money if I'm Brandon Aiyuk. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to make a lot of money like this. We talked about it in our production meeting. You ain't just walking in a job making $1 million. It is hard to make money out here. So forget them Super Bowl rings. I need my money to provide for my family and all that type of stuff. So, yes, Super Bowl rings is cute and all that. I understand. But I need my money, because you know what else is true, too? It's a lot of free agents that leave. It's a lot of people get traded. You know where they end up? Winning a Super Bowl with the money. So I understand what you're saying. You might have a better chance going back, but we see a lot of people go to different teams too and get back to a Super Bowl and win it.
Yeah, and he's not a quarterback.
Go get that money, man.
So yeah, like winning a Super Bowl is amazing for every position, but it's not like if he wins a Super Bowl, he's making money on that necessarily in at the end of his career. Like,
no doubt about that.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.